This is a class for NasBoi and anyone struggling with podcast sensationalism. Dear you, something very interesting happened after NasBoi's interview. Most people complaining about podcast sensationalism don't actually understand how media works. When was the last time you heard about NasBoi? For most people that aren't his diehard fans, that aren't on the algorithm list of his attention, they heard about NasBoi after the interview. Let's keep that point in one hand and use the other hand to draw another point. NasBoi had issues with podcasts and also radio station programs. He accused the show owners of deliberately cutting out parts for promo in a way that will sell a narrative out of the main context just so the show can trend.
That's fine.
Good afternoon, everybody. I decided to do this. Normally, I was just going to let this slide, but I think false narratives are the hardest to clear, very hard to clear. And I've been in this industry for about 6 years. I've protected my name in the best way I can. You know, I stay out of trouble. I try my best to make sure that I don't say stupid things, right? And there's an interview that I went for yesterday. Like I said, I do not know how to disrespect media houses because I don't think it is a good thing to do, right? But I went for an interview yesterday, and the interviewer, shout out to OTB, who happens to be the interviewer. The interviewer said, is David your guy? I said, no, David is not my guy. David is my boss, right? I cannot call David my guy, you know. I look up to, he's someone I look up to, I respect him. And all I have shown over the years is respect. I have never disrespected this man. So I come to your interview, I say that, and the next thing you're cutting the clip just to suit a narrative. Now, when these clips go out there, you know, we can't control them. People start abusing us. You're spoiling my image. You're making people think that I am disrespectful. You're making people think I am ungrateful. I am not ungrateful. I haven't gotten a verse from the video doesn't mean I am ungrateful for the fact that this same man allowed me use his name to become what I am today. I started mimicking him. All of you know that. So I am grateful for that. So please, I beg you in the name of God, if I come to your interview, your podcast, I am begging you in the name of God, please post the things that we say correctly. Do not post them to suit your narrative because you're looking for clicks and all of that.
1. They do this, at times, when your attention power isn't strong enough. If you are a Cristiano Ronaldo, they may not have to. If you are Bola Ahmed Tinubu, they may also not have to. They figure everyone will want to hear the interview. Now, note the phrase, may not. And as such, to really truly avoid miscommunication of intent, to avoid your interview selling the wrong narrative, just ensure you have a good publicist. The functions of these podcasts and traditional programming are very much still needed and useful. Just know what to do before and after these interviews. It's also not in your best interests that your interview doesn't trend. That's why you see people behave like they were jazzed during podcasts. Yeah, some persons deliberately start talking real shit just to get attention, because they want their own edition to also pop. 3 things to do before your podcast or interview sessions, 3 things to do after your podcast or interview sessions, the 3-3 podcast PR rule. Before. 1. Preview your story. Interview yourself on your socials. Generate questions you will likely be asked at the podcast or radio or television. Get someone in your team to ask the questions while you answer them. Do this on video, but no need to show your interviewer. 2. Print your message. While you post the above version on your main socials, have a text version for a credible newspaper. Just send Edial or Sabi Station to help you get it into a credible newspaper of your choice. 3. Frame the narrative. Share that link on your socials, but deliberately caption it. Let your caption be an explainer or elaborate contextual explanation of the headline used by the newspaper. After. 1. Film your process. Insist that one of your team members is with you during the interview to record the behind the scenes. Ensure the person is recording the whole thing you say. 2. Post your context. Immediately after the teasers are released, have your own cuts with moderate explainers released as well on your socials. 3. Lead the promotion. Always, 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 always intentionally be the chief promoter of your podcasts or interviews. Tell people you have done an interview. The interview is about to drop or has dropped. They should go and listen. Highlight the key points. Promote it like it's a product, because it is actually a product. The parts you know will be misrepresented, tell people to listen well to those parts before making judgments. Tag people you think will misunderstand your interview because of potential sensational cuts, actually preempt the podcast owners, and explain in clearer lines. In this case, NasBoi would say, "In this interview, I celebrated Davido as my boss." This is the job your publicist can do for you, but if you don't believe in having one on a payroll, then have yourself or a team member do this. You are a celebrity, you are a star, and like they say in Pidgin, you be celeb, no be for moutho. You just have to do the work. Podcasts are not the evil here. Interviews are not the wrong things here. It's you that has refused to do your work. It's you that hasn't grown to understand that promoting your podcast is your duty. Yes, many people feel they have no business promoting the podcasts they did, or the interview they had on radio or TV or even newspaper. They feel it would be doing the show owners a favor when they do. They think it's the show producer's duty. But that's just ignorance. True celebrities will even use their personal funds to sponsor ads on socials to the links of the YouTube contents of their episode with the podcast. They know there are a lot at stake, including bragging rights of numbers of people that listened or watched the edition. Daniel Priestley was on the Diary of a CEO with Stephen Bartlett, and he gave an insight-packed conversation on business growth and market trends. In one of Daniel's YouTube videos, he explained what he did before and after that interview. One of those things he did was deliberately promote his episode with Stephen. He said one of the reasons he was even invited on the DOAC was also because of the numbers his other interviews did on other podcasts. And yes, he always ensures to promote and push those podcasts and not leave the job for the producers alone. Daniel Priestley said he made $10 million from that single podcast. The thing is, many people talk ignorantly or from the place of their limited knowledge, and so they don't understand that they really need these podcasts and interviews. NasBoi saying he will start suing podcasters and traditional media outlets is ignorant talk. You, a public figure or celeb in the making, saying that's why you don't honor podcasts and interviews is also ignorant talk. You don't know. You don't know a safer way to manage the situation. You don't know the benefits therein. You don't know that a single podcast has the capacity of bringing you leads worth $10 million. You want to sue people that are helping your destiny. Anytime I see a public figure threaten to sue the media, I see someone who doesn't have a proper publicist. None of my clients will ever make that statement. A good publicist doesn't fight the media. A good publicist controls the narrative. If the media actually cancels you, you are canceled. What NasBoi should have done before and after the radio interview is what he is now doing. To really explain to NasBoi that the podcast and radio people aren't the problem, I left a comment for him on the explainer video that he did himself that we can also cut the part he said, "Not everyone listens to Davido." And that's the truth. Bloggers can run away with that clip. But guess what? When the dragging comes, there will be people telling others to shut up and go see the full video on NasBoi's account. So now you see what I mean. If a podcast clip destroys your reputation, the problem is not the podcast. The problem is that you did not control your narrative before the interview.